Hey everyone, and welcome to the Game 6 review. An okay week. We did drop in rank a little bit. It started off really good. I ended up in the top 500 at one point after the Milan game, where if people had Teo Hernandez, Pulisic, or Leao somewhere in there, things were looking really good. The thing that I didn't have is my captaincy on any of them. Teo Hernandez got a goal and an assist in the match. Pulisic got a goal. So it was pretty happy days after that. An issue is also that when your vice captain's played but your captain hasn't, they double the vice captain's points until your captain plays. So it kind of actually inflated it to 20 and 18 points for a little bit. So my rank wasn't really my true kind of rank at the time because Kvaratskhelia was likely to play. Um, but it was a great match for people that own Pulisic and Teo Hernandez. It has been well worth keeping him. He started at 7.0 to start the game. He dropped 6.8 at one point, but now he's shot right back up. And I think a lot of people have him in their squads now with how well he's been playing. The rest of the back line, it was okay. It was really unfortunate figuring out late that Andrea Cambiaso was not going to start the match and instead sub on still. So I found that kind of silly considering Juve hadn't allowed a goal yet. So why change things up in Serie A? And obviously, they just had their Champions League fixture tonight. And it was probably pretty clear that they were trying to save him for that. And he did get an assist in that game, actually, to get Juve back in the game. But he's young. I feel like he can be playing in the midweek as well. But fair enough. Hopefully he starts starting the league matches again as well. We have Di Lorenzo with 9 points, got the full clean sheet, 2-0 win for Napoli. Kvaratskhelia did score one of the goals, so it was a successful captaincy with Captain Kvaratskhelia as well. Obviously not as good as if I had it to be Teo Hernandez, but I will take it. Atalanta struggled in the game. They faced who'd they face again? It was the last game, or it was one of the last games against Como, and yes, they ended up losing. I believe they felt like they got a red card or something. Retegui didn't start again, which was a little bit of cause for concern. He might be losing his place to the Lookman and DKT pair. But both Lookman and Tecatelier were started in the Champions League match. I feel like Retegui might start on the weekend. So I will probably be keeping him and playing him. If he doesn't start that match, then I'm going to have concerns and look to go elsewhere. Unfortunately, the double transfer that I made a couple weeks ago has not really paid off, or brought in Retegui and Kvaratskhelia for Lautaro. And I forget which mid. Oh, and it was Ederson, because I think even Ederson's got a return or two. And then Lautaro Martinez has really picked up someone that I'd be probably looking at if I was making a transfer. We also have DeMarco here. Got a 6-pointer, I believe. Subbed off, so only got the first half clean sheet. I actually don't even know. I think he actually got. Did he get an assist? Yeah, he got an assist. That's where his points come from, because there are no clean sheets for Inter in this one. And who haven't I mentioned? Yeah, and Yildiz earned a penalty. That's where his points beyond the playing and if their clean sheets came from. He did get subbed off in the second half, which is why he doesn't have an 8th point. And Moise Kean. Fiorentina's really been struggling. I believe they drew Empoli's 0-0. Yeah, there we go. So that was unfortunate. Struggled in that game. The bench was kind of weird. Sula did start the match against Venezia, but Roma barely squeaked by. They were actually down 1-0 to Venezia for a bit. At least Spieler got 7 points. Spieler's been relatively consistent in prior. One of the best players have on Roma. Dobvik is in a bit of form right now and someone to consider. But I've been relatively happy with the consistency of Spieler. I couldn't have improved my score too much. I mean, aside from getting Cambiaso and Retegui off for 4 and 3 points, that's about it. My bench didn't do anything crazy. Good to see Castellanos back, that I don't need to panic transfer him out due to injury anymore. And we move on from there. Let's see how the league is going. There we go. Got 124 people in the league. La Abedia has Lautaro Martinez still capitalized on that, as well as the midfield AC Milan duo that did well. Unfortunate not to be able to get in Teo Hernandez without doing 2 transfers, so something, or a wild card. But I feel like the team is good enough now that it doesn't have to. Boni, unfortunately, was subbed out before Parma got awarded a penalty. I'm sure Boni would have taken it in that case, but he was subbed off already when that happened. Mon has been fantastic, especially for his price and being on Parma, someone to look into. The captaincy on Di Lorenzo, good choice. He's actually proven to be a pretty reliable captain so far, and this defensive pairing of Buongiorno and Di Lorenzo has been great. Napoli started the season kind of shaky, but has been looked pretty good since. Bremer with a good 11 points, but does look like he got injured in the Champions League match, so something to deal with there. But you can move to any defender in the game from that price point. And Coco doing well because Torino is doing well. Sommer, not the greatest keeper pick this week. We have 81. The captaincy on Hernandez, big difference maker there. A great defense aside from Coppola. And the rest of it is relatively decent throughout. Kvaratskhelia, Leao, and Yildiz scoring well. Boni and Zaccagni kind of being the low points of the attack. Again, unfortunate to have Sommer there. And in third right now, FC Milanello. Lautaro Martinez again, Pulisic, and Teo Hernandez. So capitalizing on the big pointers this week. Captaincy on Kvaratskhelia like I had, and some relatively good scores all the way around except for Keane and Cambiaso. So well done. Had decent number of points on the bench too, unfortunately. But yeah, and that's where we're at right now. Gonna do the team selection, get that out tomorrow. And we will press ahead with game week 7 before we hit another sad international break. Anyway, take care. Hope you liked it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you again soon.